The FIFA 2026 World Cup explained in 15 minutes. What if I told you that the biggest sporting event in human history is happening right now? Not in the future. Not next year. Right. Now, 104 matches, 48 countries, 3 nations hosting simultaneously, a prize pool of $871 million, and a halftime show at the final featuring Shakira, Madonna, and BTS. This is the FIFA World Cup 2026, and in the next 15 minutes I'm going to break down everything you need to know. Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. This channel is where we take the world's biggest events and make them impossible to misunderstand. Today we're deep diving into the 2026 FIFA World Cup, the most unprecedented tournament in the history of football. By the end of this video, you'll know why this World Cup is unlike any that came before it, how the brand new format actually works, which teams are the real contenders, and which are just pretenders, the controversies FIFA would rather you not talk about, and the insane milestone Lionel Messi just hit that no human being has ever done before. Trust me, stay till the end. That Messi fact alone will blow your mind. Let's go. Section 1, the big picture. What is this thing? Okay, let's start with the basics, because even if you're a football fan, the 2026 World Cup has some details that are genuinely brand new. The FIFA World Cup happens every 4 years. It's the biggest single-sport tournament on the planet. Bigger than the Super Bowl, bigger than the Olympics. More people watch the World Cup final than any other event in human history. And 2026. This one is record-breaking in almost every category. Here's the fast facts. The tournament runs from June 11th to July 19th, 2026. That's 39 days of football. It's being hosted across 3 countries, the United States, Canada, and Mexico. That's the first time in history a World Cup has had 3 co-hosts. There are 16 host cities, 11 in the US, 3 in Mexico, and 2 in Canada. And perhaps most importantly, for the first time ever, the tournament has expanded from 32 teams to 48 teams. 48 teams? That means 16 more nations got to show up to this party. Countries like Cape Verde, Curaçao, Jordan, Uzbekistan, all making their debut at a World Cup in 2026. And all of this means one thing: 104 total matches. Compare that to 64 matches at Qatar 2022. You're getting 40 extra games of World Cup football. But here's the thing: more teams means the format had to change completely. And that's where it gets really interesting. Section 2. The format. How does this actually work? 4:30. Use graphics/animations here for maximum clarity. Producer note. This is the part that confuses people the most. So I'm going to make it crystal clear. In the old format, the one you're used to, 32 teams were divided into 8 groups of 4. Top 2 from each group advanced. Simple. In 2026, everything changed. You now have 48 teams split into 12 groups of 4 teams each. Each team plays 3 games in the group stage, just like before, but here's what's new. The top 2 teams from every group advance automatically. Plus, and this is key, the 8 best third-place teams from across all 12 groups also go through. So that's 24 plus 8, that's 32 teams making it out of the group stage. And what do 32 teams do? They enter the brand new round of 32. The round of 32 has never existed at a World Cup before. This is history. 32 teams, 16 knockout games, winner takes all. From there it's your familiar round of 16, then quarterfinals, semifinals, the third-place match, and finally, the grand final. The full journey from group stage to champion. 8 games, previously it was 7. 1 extra game stands between a team and glory. Now, who's playing where? Let me break down the regions quickly. FIFA divided the 16 cities into 3 geographic regions. The Western region covers Vancouver, Seattle, the San Francisco Bay Area, and Los Angeles. The Central region includes Guadalajara, Mexico City, Monterrey, Houston, Dallas, and Kansas City. And the Eastern region runs from Atlanta and Miami up to Toronto, Boston, Philadelphia, and New York/New Jersey. The final is being played at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey on July 19th. And the venue hosting the most matches, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, 9 games including a semifinal. Pattern interrupt, quick upbeat tone shift. Oh, and one more thing I have to mention. For the very first time in World Cup history, the final is going to have a halftime show. Think Super Bowl. FIFA confirmed the co-headliners are Shakira, Madonna, and BTS, curated by Coldplay's Chris Martin. Yeah, that's a lot. Now you understand how it works, but who is in it? Let's talk about the teams that actually matter. Section 3. The contenders, who's going to win this thing? 4:30, 7 o'clock. Higher energy, punchy delivery like a sports pundit. All right, 48 teams, but realistically, only a handful have a genuine shot at lifting that 18-karat gold-plated trophy. Let's run through them. Number 1, Spain. La Roja are the tournament favorites heading into this. They've got a squad bursting with talent, a system that works, and a generation of players hitting their absolute peak. Keep your eye on Lamine Yamal, the Barcelona wonder kid who already scored his first World Cup goal in the group stage. Spain are scary good. Number 2, Argentina, the defending champions, led by a man we're going to talk about in detail very soon. Argentina came into this tournament carrying the weight of history, and they've shown in the group stage they are not here to give up their crown easily. Number 3, Brazil. The Seleção won the World Cup the last time it was held on American soil, back in 1994. They've brought in Carlo Ancelotti as manager. The man who's won everything there is to win in club football. Brazil are always dangerous, always. Germany, France, England. Germany are rebuilding but dangerous. France have the talent on paper but always seem to find a way to underperform the hype. England, well, England are England. 0 first-place votes from ESPN's panel of 20 global reporters. That tells you everything. But here's what makes every World Cup special. It's not just about the favorites. It's about the stories nobody predicted. Cape Verde, making their debut, held Spain to a goalless draw in the group stage. 0 goals, Spain dominated everything, and Cape Verde's keeper Vozinha just refused to let them score. That moment, that's World Cup magic. This tournament has 48 teams, and at least 10 of them are capable of causing an earthquake. But before we go any further, I have to tell you about the record that just got broken, because it might be the most remarkable individual achievement in the history of this sport. Section 4. The MESSI Milestone. On June 22, 2026, Argentina played Austria in the group stage. And Lionel Messi, who many people thought might be playing his last World Cup, walked onto that pitch and scored. Twice, those 2 goals brought his career World Cup total to 18. 18 World Cup goals. The previous record was 16, held by Miroslav Klose of Germany, a man who spent his entire career chasing that record. Messi didn't just match it, he surpassed it. And think about when he did it, at 38 years old, at what might be his final World Cup, on the biggest stage football has. He chose this moment. Lionel Messi is the all-time leading scorer in World Cup history. Whatever you think about the GOAT debate, you have to stop and appreciate what this man is doing. It's extraordinary. Music sting, energy picks back up. All right, speaking of extraordinary things, let's talk about something that's been a huge topic of conversation around this tournament. And it's not just on the pitch. Real quick, if you're enjoying this breakdown, do me a favor and smash that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who want to understand what's happening at the World Cup right now. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Hit subscribe. I drop breakdowns like this every week. Okay, back to it. The controversies, the stuff FIFA doesn't want you to know. Every World Cup has its controversies. But 2026 has been a lot. Let's go through the big ones. Controversy 1, the ticket price scandal. When the US, Canada, and Mexico bid to host this World Cup back in 2018, they promised FIFA that final tickets would be capped at a maximum of $1,550. Fans heard that and thought, okay, that's pricey but manageable. Fast forward to December 2025. The first ticket sale opened for members of official fan clubs. Final tickets, over $8,000 each. $8,000. FIFA introduced dynamic pricing for the first time at a World Cup, meaning prices move with demand. The result? Group stage tickets in Los Angeles had average cheapest seat prices of over $1,000. That's about double what the average American family spends on food in a month. The backlash was so severe that the attorneys general of New York, New Jersey, California, and Texas launched investigations into FIFA. They alleged misleading fans on seat locations, artificial scarcity, and price manipulation. FIFA then offered a limited number of $60 tickets for every match, which sounds nice until you realize how few of those seats actually existed. Controversy 2, the FIFA Peace Prize. FIFA created a brand new award in 2025. The FIFA Peace Prize, given to individuals who, quote, help to unite people all over the world in peace. The inaugural recipient, U.S. President Donald Trump. It was announced at the World Cup draw ceremony in December 2025. The reaction from human rights groups, football stakeholders, and analysts was, let's say, not enthusiastic. Questions were immediately raised about FIFA's claimed political neutrality and what this meant for their human rights commitments. Whether you support Trump or not, many people felt FIFA was sending a very deliberate political message. And on a stage that's supposed to be above politics, that's a conversation worth having. Controversy 3, heat, logistics, and pitch problems. Playing football in North America in June and July means heat. Several host cities, Dallas, Houston, Miami, Kansas City, are known for brutal summer temperatures and humidity. These aren't Qatar-style domed stadiums with cooling. FIFA introduced mandatory 3-minute hydration breaks in every half of every match. Broadcasters are allowed to run commercials during these pauses, which, interesting coincidence, right? And the pitches themselves. 8 of the 16 venues have natural grass laid over synthetic turf. Harry Kane complained the surface felt dry and sticky during warm-up games. Players adapting to unfamiliar pitches in crucial World Cup matches is a real concern. Controversy 4. Immigration and visa issues. The U.S. immigration climate created real problems for some teams and their fans trying to get visas. Iran are participating amid an ongoing conflict. There were security concerns around drug cartel violence in Mexico. This isn't a normal tournament backdrop. Look, I'm not here to tell you this ruins the World Cup. It doesn't. Once that whistle blows, the football speaks for itself, but you deserve to know the full picture. Speaking of the full picture, let's talk about the money, because the numbers at this World Cup are genuinely staggering. Section 6. The money, how big is this really? FIFA's revenue from the full 2023 to 2026 World Cup cycle is projected at $13 billion. That's the single biggest payday in the organization's history. Television and broadcasting rights alone account for over $4 billion. Marketing and sponsorship brings in nearly $2.7 billion. Tickets and hospitality, another $3 billion. The prize money pool for 2026 is a record $871 million. Every team that qualified gets a minimum of $12.5 million just for showing up. Win the whole thing, your federation takes home $50 million. The runners-up get $33 million. Third place earns $29 million. For context, at the 1982 World Cup, the entire prize pool was $2.2 million. The winner today gets 22 times what the entire tournament paid out 40 years ago. Clubs that released players are receiving $355 million in compensation, a 70% increase from Qatar 2022. This is not just a football tournament. This is a $13 billion machine, and understanding that helps explain a lot of the decisions FIFA makes. Okay. We've covered the format, the teams, the controversies, the money. Now let's talk about the stadiums, because some of these venues are genuinely iconic. Section 7. The stadiums and historic firsts, 16 stadiums across 3 countries. Let's hit the highlights. Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. This place is a cathedral. It hosted the 1970 World Cup. It hosted the 1986 World Cup. And now in 2026, it hosted the opening match, making it the only stadium in history to host 3 World Cup openings. Mexico kicked off this tournament against South Africa at the Azteca, and the very first goal of the 2026 World Cup was scored by Julián Quiñones of Mexico, the first time a CONCACAF player has scored the opening goal of a World Cup. AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Capacity 94,000, the biggest venue at this tournament, hosting 9 matches including a semifinal. METLIFE Stadium in New Jersey, officially rebranded as New York, New Jersey Stadium for the tournament. This is where the final happens on July 19th. And we have 3 separate opening ceremonies, one for each host nation, first time ever in World Cup history. Mexico's was at the Azteca on June 11th. Canada's at BMO Field in Toronto on June 12th. And the U.S. opened at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, also on June 12th. Oh, and here's a fun one for you. The 1,000th match in World Cup history took place at this tournament. Japan versus Tunisia, June 20th, 1,000 games. Let that sink in. We're nearly there. But before I wrap up, let me give you the schedule so you know exactly what's coming. Section 8. The schedule, what's left and when. Here's where the tournament stands right now. The group stage runs from June 11th to June 27th. All 48 teams, 72 group matches. Then comes the brand new round of 32, June 28th to July 3rd, 32 teams, 16 knockout matches. Round of 16 runs July 4th to July 7th. Quarterfinals, July 9th to 11th. Semifinals, July 14th and 15th. Bronze medal match, July 18th. And the grand final, July 19th, MetLife Stadium, New York, New Jersey. The world watching. 39 days, 104 matches, 1 trophy. Let me bring it all together for you. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is the biggest, most expensive, most ambitious World Cup ever staged. 48 teams for the first time, 3 host countries for the first time, a round of 32 for the first time, a halftime show at the final for the first time, 3 opening ceremonies for the first time, $871 million in prize money, $13 billion in total revenue, 104 matches across 39 days. Lionel Messi breaking the all-time World Cup scoring record. Cape Verde stunning Spain. Debut nations writing their first chapters in football history. Controversy over tickets. Questions about FIFA's politics. Concerns about heat and pitches and the soul of the game getting lost in the machine. All of it happening right now. Right across North America. Here's the thing about the World Cup that never changes, no matter how big the money gets, no matter how many controversies swirl around it, no matter how many boardrooms try to turn it into a product. When that ball rolls and the crowd erupts, nothing else matters. The World Cup is the one event that truly connects every corner of this planet. In 2026, it's doing that in the most spectacular way it ever has. And we get to watch all of it. If this video helped you understand what's going on, drop a like. It means the world. Share this with a friend who's been asking, wait, what even is the World Cup format this year? Because now you can just send them this. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be covering every twist and turn of this tournament as it happens. I'll see you in the next one. Don't miss it.